There is something I love about open world games. I think it's the freedom to do what you want, when you want, at your own pace, and just enjoy what the world has to offer. But if you've just bought a PS5 or you love open world games, then you need to check out these 19 open world games to play on your PS5 in 2024. Some of these games came out years ago, but they're still incredible, and some are releasing this year, so you might want to put it on your list. In number 19, we have the Horizon games, and these are some of the most beautiful open world games you can experience on PS5. You have Zero Dawn, which kicks off the story of Aloy, and even though I preferred the story in the first game, Forbidden West has some great improvements and a jaw-dropping open world. You have some new features like the Shield Wing Glider, which will make it easier to explore and get down from different areas. You can travel on your mount and fight at the same time, and you also unlock your Sun Wing mount, which is incredible for exploration because the map is huge. There are also so many different weapons to unlock and get used to. I found this the most complicated, and for me personally, the combat wasn't the best part for me. And with the DLC Burning Shores, there is an incredible boss fight and also a new location to this already massive open world. In number 18, why don't you live out your childhood memories if you're 30 like me, well I should say 32 like me, with Grand Theft Auto the Definitive Edition. Well, I know at launch it wasn't too good, but gotta be kind of patched now surely. And I loved these games back in the day. Playing through Grand Theft Auto 3, these were the best open world games and made the way for what we have now. And I'm actually glad that they kept the graphics similar to the originals, because although I wanted more of a remake, I just like that they've improved it but kept the originality of these games. We have Grand Theft Auto Vice City, which was probably my favorite GTA, and of course San Andreas. I can imagine these are just going to be so funny to play again, and I think some of you youngsters might be put off from the graphics and being like, no, they look terrible. But if you haven't played them, especially if you're looking forward to GTA 6, I would play through all of these games. You will have a laugh. I just wonder if those bugs in the games are fixed.
Are you f***ing blind? You can't see me!
In number 17, we have No Man's Sky, and I've never played this game, but I've actually just ordered it for like £22 from Game. And if you were disappointed with Starfield, then you will love this game. And I'm pretty sure more people started to buy and play No Man's Sky after Starfield came out.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
This is truly an open universe game which you can travel seamlessly from one planet to another. You can fly from space all the way down to the surface of the planet with no loading screen in between.
Damn. I'm sorry.
And what's crazy is that every planet is different, with different plants, colors, caves, volcanoes, and this keeps things a lot more interesting. Different animals, weather, and you're dropped into this world as an explorer. You have to make sure you survive and get going, gathering different resources. Different vehicles to get across the world. Not Starfield. And you can also have combat with other ships to retrieve their cargo, to become more like a pirate if you want. And with the multiplayer aspect of this game, I'm so glad I just purchased this. Now, number 16, we have Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, and there's kind of a lot of mixed reviews and feelings about this game. Yeah, it's a Ubisoft game, so there is no doubt they have obviously nailed the open world aspect to Pandora. It is jaw-dropping, beautiful, and when you do take your time to understand how the game works, it's a lot of fun. There is a lot of frustration in terms of this is a brand new game in 2023, and it doesn't really revolutionize the open world aspect. It doesn't. So that's why some people may like it, because for me, I've done over 60 hours in the game. I'm enjoying it for what it is. I like it. I really do like it. But a lot of people will be like, this is the same thing. This is Far Cry. This is a typical Ubisoft game. It does nothing different. And it doesn't. But the way you get to interact with the wildlife in this world by picking ingredients carefully, utilizing the haptic feedback and adaptive triggers to carefully pick your ingredients, I really love this. When you do get your mount, traveling throughout these open world feels is amazing, and especially when you get your Ikran, which changed the game for the better. I just wish they did that a lot quicker, because I was getting a bit tired just running everywhere. Take down bases for me, which was fun, especially when you've upgraded your gear. Lots of collectibles, crafting, and finding and unlocking new Na'vi bases. And there is hours and hours of content which you may hate or love, but I'm enjoying it. Yes, it's repetitive, but I don't mind that in some games. I've done another video on this, so you might want to check that out. In number 15, we have Assassin's Creed Mirage, which I really did enjoy, because it is such a smaller open world game, which is nice to get from Ubisoft from time to time. Being in Baghdad, this is one of the most beautiful cities to explore, and I loved the smaller scope of the game. I've had so much fun playing this game, and the story is deep enough to keep you engaged, especially if you've played Valhalla. It feels like the old Assassin's Creed games, and it is a lot more grounded than the recent ones. Okay, you know, apart from that ability, but you know, I actually really enjoyed that. In some missions, you would choose how you enter and infiltrate an area. You can use people to help you get in, you can bribe guards, and the focus on stealth is a nice change of pace. You can pickpocket civilians. Parkouring across the world is satisfying, and you will need to escape guards, which can come in numbers, as Basim is not experienced enough for one-to-one combat. I rarely fast traveled in this game, hardly, because it was a lot smaller. I just wanted to embrace what the world had to offer. You don't really get that from a Ubisoft game. Yes, there isn't much to do in terms of interaction with the world and civilians. They're just NPCs walking about. It would have been nice to have more interaction and things to do. It is still beautiful enough to keep you engaged. And also, the NPCs are super polished now.
Hey, what?
Hello? I just killed him. Hello? I am here. Hello?
Stay back. No telling what it might do.
In number 14, we have the final product to Cyberpunk 2077. And I can say that this is an incredible game with that 2.1 update and arguably one of the best DLCs in recent years with Phantom Liberty. Even though it's very, very polished now, there are still a few hiccups in the game. I do get the odd crashes and some minor glitches, which I thought they'll be fixed, but still.
What is going on here?
What is going on here?
What is going on here?
There's so much to do in the base game, which I did more of in my latest playthrough, as well as the incredible guns you get, which you can use and eliminate enemies when driving now. You can do a ton of side missions, take down bosses with these gigs. You can steal cars and have to get them back to the designated point in the time frame for money whilst not ruining them. You can buy multiple apartments, find collectibles and more. And the main story is what you expect from CD Projekt Red, and they have just released that physical release, which looks kind of nice. If I get some more money next month, I'm going to get that just so I can have the box. Now in number 13, we have Yakuza Like a Dragon, which takes you to the Hawaiian open world. And there are a huge amount of things to do in this massive open world, which is the biggest in scope in the series. Side missions, mini games, shops to explore, but also the way you explore is what is quite enticing. On foot, on your Segway, which is rechargeable, which just improves exploration. You can go swimming, you can make new friends, new jobs, delivering food to customers, which this looked fun. What looks most addictive about this game, and I never thought I would see this in this game, is the Dondoko Island, which if you loved Animal Crossing, which during lockdown I played so much, this is basically it. Gather materials, craft and purchase furniture to make this dumpster island into a 5-star home. Now I've never played any of these games, but this is actually selling it to me. I want it just for this. It's not just your house, you can customize the whole entire island. Make friends, make the island welcome for travelers.
What the hell, man?
You have to fend off enemies that want to come and ruin your island, and it is quite crazy. So I can imagine a lot of people are going to just spend a ridiculous amount of hours on that. Number 12, we have a lot of hype for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I still need to play 7 Remake before even touching this game. So I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to play it before it comes out. This is looking to be a very big open world for the Final Fantasy game. There are going to be a lot of monster hunts, a lot of side quests, secrets, gathering resources and collectibles. I've seen you will have your chocobo to traverse around the map, and what I've even heard is that you will get a special chocobo, or you can find this special chocobo and it can actually traverse up mountains. You can use your chocobo to collect resources automatically as well, and you're able to swim and discover new areas and secrets. So what I'm seeing is that there is a lot going through this game. Now I need to play 7 Remake, which I started and then I just quickly stopped, so let's see if I can get through that. We have Dragon's Dogma 2, which is a single player fantasy game, and it is roughly 4 times bigger than the first game if you have played that. Capcom have focused a hell of a lot on enemy variety, as this will be super important in an open world game like this. We checked out some of the new gameplay on stream, and the boss fights look really long and hard. I'm still in 2 minds about this because I don't know why. You can climb on enemies and also use the environments in order to help defeat these bosses. Now, I've only seen one scenario that you can use the environment to kind of break the wall, and then the water can come and actually help stagger the enemy. So I'm assuming that there are more scenarios that you can use the environment to your advantage. There is a day and night cycle, so you have to be prepared when traveling across these lands, as the night is much more dangerous than the day. But you can find camping sites to skip the night if you prefer to travel throughout the day. In number 10, we have Hogwarts Legacy. Legacy, a game that sold over 22 million copies and not a mention at the Game Awards.
Make something very clear. If you buy the Hogwarts Legacy game, you are contributing to transphobia.
Anyways, this is a true masterpiece of a game for the Harry Potter franchise. And what sold this game to me and for probably millions of other players is this open world of Hogwarts. The castle in itself is jaw-dropping. The mysteries, the art, the collectibles, the common room, and that is just inside the castle. You have your room of requirement that you can customize everything to how you want, flying around the castle on your broomstick, which you can upgrade, exploring Hogsmeade, caves, side missions. There is so much to do in this game that I think it was just a perfect first game for the series by these developers. And remember, you're allowed to play this game. Do you remember that person that came in my review last time?
How can you support this game? Cancel!
Sorry guys, there was a fly. In number 9, we have the Spider-Man games. And I don't know a franchise or a game that can produce 3 games, pretty much the same location, and they're still amazing to play. Spider-Man Remastered, Miles Morales, and of course Spider-Man 2. Each of these games for me just got better and better. Remastered was the start of the best Spider-Man game in history, and then I loved how Miles Morales was around Christmas time, and seeing New York in that Christmas time and playing as Miles, I really enjoyed that game. Yeah, I wish it was longer, but still. And then the expanded world in Spider-Man 2 where we got to visit Queens as well. Even though it was bigger in scope in Spider-Man 2, the way you traversed this open world and New York City was just incredible because it was a lot bigger. Using your glide wings or whatever they're called, that made the game so addictive. I didn't think I would use those as much just because I was like, no, I want to swing and take my time, but they just made traveling at speed so incredible. And I'm still waiting for that New Game Plus to arrive. They are bringing out some other features. Spider-Man 2, yeah, it was a good story. It was good. I did enjoy it. Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind if you made MJ not ugly.
What the hell is even that?
The model that you based it off was actually a really beautiful model. And to think they got it from her, they thought, you know, we want to use you. You're beautiful, but we want to make you ugly.
So dumb, it's brilliant.
No! It's just dumb.
In number 8, what can I say about Days Gone? Now, you may have found this channel from a couple of videos I did on this game. This is still up there. I love the zombie genre. This is the open world we have always wanted. I just cannot get bored of traveling on your bike from place to place, embracing the emptiness of this world. You can explore houses and different lands and different areas to get supplies and materials to stack up on your weapons and ammo in order to take down these damn hordes that you will experience in this game. It is crazy. You will unlock these Nero checkpoints to unlock fast travel and also increase your stamina, health, or focus. I got so distracted just doing side missions, taking down these zombie nests, and for me the story was really good. I feel like this was such a good open world game that if there was a successor and there was a Days Gone 2, I could imagine that they would take it to another level. It's a shame that there isn't because of a few minor reviewers who are so dumb. Because imagine a Days Gone 2 with maybe a massive open world multiplayer. You can customize your own character. Imagine you could take on hordes with friends. Oh my gosh, it's like a few minor reviewers and Days Gone 2 would probably be the best open world zombie game ever. In number 7, we have Rise of the Ronin, and I cannot wait to explore this 19th century Japan. It's based off real historical figures, and we will be exploring the cities of Yokohama, Kyoto, and Edo, and there will be numerous ways to explore these beautiful cities. Obviously on foot, on horseback, and of course that glider and grappling hook that you get. There will also be side quests, dialogue options that will impact the story, and multiple endings. And obviously the combat looks freaking hard. In number 6, we have a game that has impressed a hell of a lot of people with the gameplay that has been shown. Star Wars Outlaws is looking incredible. Now, I know it's Ubisoft, but we can only go by what we've seen and been told. And it's made by Massive Entertainment, which is the same team who made Avatar and The Division. This is the first Star Wars game that is fully open world, and we play as Kay Vess, who is trying to survive the galactic underworld. What we saw in the gameplay is quite detailed. We have a form of transportation with our speeder to get around this gigantic map, which looks visually stunning. stunning. Each of the planets in the game will be handcrafted to emulate the movies, which I believe so far there are 4 planets, and it's been described to be a lot of dialogue options and choices that will affect your reputation in this game. So you may need to double cross friends and work with bandits. Each planet will be the equivalent to 2 to 3 zones from Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So I don't know what that is. Zones. What zones? I need to search that out afterwards. And we will just have to wait and see to see how many more planets will be made. I do believe this could be a contender for Game of the Year. Audience is there, the fan base is there, open world game of Star Wars. I think this could be Game of the Year, if what's been shown reflects the final product. Now, at number 5, we have a special game that is very true to my heart, Ghost of Tsushima. What a damn experience, and what a world Tsushima is. You explore such a peaceful but torn world as the Mongols have invaded. From the get-go, pretty much the whole map is unlocked, and when you get your horse, this world is so damn amazing. The best part for me is when you swipe up on the D-pad. Unlike other open world games where they just give you an icon and you follow it, the wind blows and it blows in the direction that you need to go, and this is such a simple but amazing immersive way of traveling the map, because you know what modern day games could be like. You know, if Ubisoft were making Elden Ring,
I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea.
you have side missions that feel like main missions, and some of you may feel like the world is kind of empty because there are not a lot of civilians when traveling between different points, finding collectibles, petting foxes, and saving civilians. You can play it in Japanese, which is so much better than English because it just makes it even more immersive. The only reason I chose English was when I heard the civilians talking, I wouldn't know what they were saying, so I would want to know what they were saying. You can play it in black and white like a traditional Japanese movie. In number 4, we have Elden Ring. This has changed the way future open world games will be, just because of the popularity on giving you the freedom to basically do what you want and not, you know, holding your hand. But for someone who has played Demon's Souls, I'm not that great at these sort of games, but if you want a challenge and not a helping hand, this is something you could spend hours and hours on. When you do beat these bosses, it feels so earned. The amount of secrets, bosses to find. I remember following the light at the map at the start of the game, and the first boss absolutely destroyed me. And then I realized, okay, we just need to go and explore, level up, and go somewhere else. But that's why you have YouTube, the community, so I'm confident that I can get back to this game. Now, I know we are all hyped for Grand Theft Auto 6. I cannot believe how incredible Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, a lot of people I know, they're fed up with this game. I started playing it, and then I was like, how old is this game? This game is like 11 years old, and this is truly an unbelievable game even today. So if you've just got a PS5 or you haven't played it in like 10 years, you need to play this game again. If you just want to cruise around, running over hookers and civilians, and just listen to some good music, you can do that. There's so much to do in the game. Side missions, gun range, riding helicopters, planes. There is so much I've forgotten about this game, and also the little Easter eggs and other content that I haven't done. So this is a reason for me to get back into it, but this is truly up there with one of the best open world games that you still need to play in 2024. Eventually we'll be playing this on stream every Monday and Thursday, 4 p.m. UK GMT. And number 2, a game that came out in 2015 and still is up there with one of my favorite open world games, is The Witcher 3. This was so ahead of its time just because of how easily it was to implement Geralt's 5 unique sign abilities when coming across enemies and monsters in this huge open world. It's such a beautiful open world. What makes this game even better is the music. There is so much content in this game. Side content, expansions, and even when you travel to Toussaint? This is the best DLC. It looks so beautiful, but not only that, is that you get your own house which you can customize and decorate. And this is probably my favorite part. I made my house look so good. Shame I don't have a house, I'm not a homeowner in real life, but we're getting there. This game was such an emotional roller coaster of story, amazing characters, side characters, and there is so much replayability. And just riding on your horse can just feel so therapeutic. In number 1, we have the one and only Red Dead Redemption 2. When I made videos quite a while back, you guys convinced me, like, you need to play Red Dead 2. And I was looking back at why I haven't played it or why I didn't play it. It's only because I did start it on my PS4 back in the day. I think it was during lockdown. But my PS4 was the original one, and it was spitting out the disc like there was no tomorrow.
Jesus Christ!
I wouldn't even call this a damn video game. This is simulation. This is real life. This is so realistic. It's just mind-boggling that they were able to do this. I'm nearly at the end of this amazing game, which I will finish on stream, but this is the most detailed open world game I have ever played. It is so realistic in terms of traveling, the way Arthur moves, the way he buys food, the way he cleans his guns, the way he eats, the way he relaxes at the campfire with his buddies, the way he goes fishing, and the way his damn beard grows as well. The wildlife, there is so many animals to research, skin, and even the way you hunt, you have to be careful where you shoot your arrows as it can ruin the quality of the meat. So when you send it back to the merchant or the butcher, the value may decrease if you've ruined it. Even if you hold on to an animal for too long, it will decompose. And if you do not take care of your damn horse like me with Thor, I remember my Thor, I didn't have a horse reviver at the time and I tried to reload. I could just go on and on about this game. So if you have just bought a PS5, what open world games are you most excited for? Which ones have you been playing, or what ones are you going to play in 2024? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let me know. If you want to follow my second channel, Love Gaming Newtro Live, this is where I have snippets from all of the live streams and more raw content. And I also have my fitness YouTube channel with Discipline, which I have just launched. So if you want to be a gamer and be fit at the same time, oh, don't worry, it's possible. And let's take a look at the comment of the day from my previous video. I played God of War Ragnarok Valhalla. Shout out to Guy Lee. I love this video, packed full of action and excellent editing to boot. This DLC is incredible, but God of War is so far back on my backlog, which I'm not helping by playing Spider-Man 1 and GTA San Andreas again. I'll get to it eventually. Hope you turn all the live streams into edited masterpieces like this one. Fantastic job. Thanks for the comment, dude, and thank you for the constant support. I know you're one of the members of the community as well. But yeah, God of War Ragnarok Valhalla, what a DLC. I'm nearly at the end. It's just so hard to get through it and beat a certain person 3 times. Thank you for the comment, and yeah, you let me know what sort of videos you want as well. I'll always want to get your feedback. So is it more playthroughs, is it more gameplays, is it more reviews? I want your thoughts, so just make sure you let me know.